Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is David J. Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Hello.
First day of fall in the Northern Hemisphere.
Is it now?
Yes, yes. When day and night is almost equal length, getting close to that.
Are you always a fall? I always say fall. Do you ever say autumn?
Not very often. I don't know why.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a very well-traveled man. I'll be the first to admit it. So I don't know if in other parts of the country they say autumn more often than fall, but I think here it's pretty much we say fall, right?
Yeah, more often. Autumn is a better word for the season. It's a beautiful time of year with the colors and the trees. I think you think of autumn when you think about the leaves changing and so forth. But around here in Nebraska, we just say it's fall.
Yeah.
It's fall. It works, but this is the first day of autumn. And there's only 183 days left until spring, by the way.
Wow, okay, thanks.
That's a good way to look at it.
All right.
Also,
something to look forward to.
Yeah, keep your glass half full. And National Voter Registration Day, which is pretty important right now,
yes.
Just 6 weeks away. Register to vote and have your say on November 3rd. And also National Ice Cream Cone Day.
Oh, I love the sound of that.
Which is huge. Put that together with autumn or fall, and you got yourself a great combination. And so those are some things that today is. We have a very busy show today.
I see that.
All kinds of good people that we'll be having on the show, and we're going to highlight a couple of businesses in Ansley in the 9 o'clock hour. And I believe Jeremy and Emily and Christy are heading down to Ansley because they're going to Facebook Live. I believe they're going to Facebook Live the Sun Valley Landscaping remote because they've got some beautiful mums there they want you to see on camera. So we'll see how they do all that.
Well, good.
That's why they're going.
Yes, I think that's a wise move.
Jeremy will be heading that up. So you'll hear it on the radio and see it on Facebook Live if everything works out right. And right now we think that we're on some other platforms such as YouTube and some others that we're going to be on, like all kinds of different things besides Facebook.
We're all over the place.
We are.
You think one day we'll be trending? Isn't that the big social media term?
It is.
Maybe people will get on Twitter and it'll show up Brent and Dave trending.
And I will say this, I'll just be glad to be bending.
Yeah. Very good
Let alone
point.
trending.
I'm right there with you.
But hey, however we can get to you, good old-fashioned radio still works really, really good. You can listen to us online on our audio stream on KBBN.com and KCNI1280.com. You can download the free app so that you just push the app and the audio comes right up. But now Jeremy is dabbling in all the different visual ways we can reach you, and we're just getting started. We've got, I'll just be honest with you, we have some equipment on the way somewhere in the shipping mode that should show up, and we'll be adding some things in the future that we'll be telling you about. I'll be like Rick Nelson. Just stay tuned. It's going to be really, really big. I don't know. But anyway, today we're going to use some of that technology to let you hear and see the mums, and also they're going to be stopping by Livia's Boutique as well on Main Street in Ansley and doing a remote from there. Here in the studio, of course, Arrow Seed, Logan will be coming in. And we also have Sally coming in from Awards and More. And we're going to talk with Big Iron Auction with Mark and Team Physical Therapy yet this morning and Runza.
All right.
So we have a lot of things going on. And Runza is having one of those days where they're donating part of their sales today to a very good cause. And we'll let Joyce tell you about that in the 8 o'clock hour.
Good.
Then this evening, you're going to have some volleyball on the air, 3 different teams, I believe.
Yeah, Anselmo Myrna and South Loop are both traveling to Elm Creek for a triangular there. So we're going to go and do all 3 matches for you. 5 o'clock start time. I believe Anselmo Myrna and Elm Creek will be first, and then you'll have South Loop and Anselmo Myrna in the middle. And then the finale, I believe, is South Loop and Elm Creek. But we're there for all 3.
Okay.
So... start time is showing now at 5 o'clock, so we'll have them on the air for you on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com.
Gosh, I wished I would have remembered we're going to be on all these new platforms like YouTube and all that, because I'm having a bad hair day.
You are kind of.
I got it.
Yes, you have one piece of hair just like sticking right out of the middle of your head.
So I'm going to use my Doing Our Part for 50 Years KCNI comb.
And that's good because it's the part that needs some fixing in your hair. So Dave is taking out his comb and slicking the hair back a little bit.
This comb was, actually 20.
It looks
It
looks nice. That comb is how old? When did we get those?
50th anniversary for KCNI.
Wow.
And now it's this month will be the 71st.
Yeah. And I was always proud of the slogan that we put on the comb. What was it again, Dave?
Doing our part for 50 years.
Doing our part. Get it? Part, comb, hair, part. Yeah.
I think that might have been a Bob Bowles thing.
Yeah, I think you could be right.
Yeah.
That kind of sounds like...
Speaking of that, while we have a moment, got a nice letter from Bob and Cheryl last week. We kind of been corresponding good old-fashioned way. Actually, Bob won't have it any other way. He actually sends an envelope and a letter.
That's nice.
And
you know what? I still think it's nice to get those from time to time, you know?
It is.
I mean, an actual letter or card in the mail.
People have been asking how they fared with the fires. And fortunately, the fires were... I think about 100 miles from them, but the smoke was very intense. And, of course, you have to understand, if you listened when Bob was here, you know that he gets a little, he was a pretty emotional guy. So when it gets dark and smoky, Bob gets kind of dark and smoky. But he was really disappointed because I think he made a new friend there, and they're playing music in the farmer's market, which is an ongoing thing there during the summer months. And the smoke was so heavy they canceled the market. And so he said, I don't really know what I'm going to do. So he went down and just played by himself in the farmer's market and wandered around and played his guitar. So hopefully things are clearing up there. But most importantly, where he lives, that was spared. And then Michael Davis down in Florida, who we communicate with all the time. He had friends in that same area, about 100 miles from where Bob and Cheryl are, and they were experiencing the same thing. And Mike told me this morning via email that his friends were able to get out yesterday, finally, and take a walk on the beach because before it was just too smoky. But he was also sweeping ash out of his garage. So, fortunately, those folks were spared, but a lot were not in Oregon, Washington, California, fires in Colorado. So, when you can see the smoke here in Nebraska all the way from the West Coast, you know that it was heavier there than probably ever before in this generation's time anyway. So, an update there. Now, school lunch menus.
Okay, school lunch menus. We'll start you in Ansley today, where on their lunch menu, they're showing ravioli at Ansley today.
Oh, and here's a little note from Michael Davis as well from Florida. He heard you yesterday on the Monday Night Football. The premiere of the first Monday night game was yesterday, back in 1970.
Yes.
And he said he remembers watching that game because it was on color television, something he was only able to watch at other people's houses at the time. The house where he was watching the game was the home of Bill and Carol Burgess, as he was babysitting their kids. And so he got to watch the first Monday night game in color because he was babysitting.
Nice.
Probably some other memories out there just like that. Go ahead, because I'm behind here.
Okay, let's go to Broken Bow, where today they're showing a fresh baked combo sub, pork fritter sandwich, and soft shell beefy tacos on the menu today at Broken Bow.
Loop City today, flavor your own chicken or flying saucer.
Oh, love those. Arcadia today showing pigs in a blanket for lunch.
Today at Arnold, they're having tacos, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Kozad today, some of their choices showing as fried chicken salad sandwich, Frito pie, popcorn chicken wrap, or chicken Caesar salad. Some of the choices at Kozad today.
At Anselmo Myrna today, fresh baked combo subs, pork fritter sandwiches, and soft-shelled beefy tacos. The vegetable of the day, fresh broccoli florets.
All right.
Woo. And I think that's all I have.
Those are your school lunch? Okay. Yep. Those are the school lunch menus. Now your menu today for the Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow. They're showing pork chops today with au gratin potatoes, mandarin oranges, pudding, and a biscuit. Your menu at the Prairie Pioneer Center.
All right, Brent, thank you so much. We're going to play the game again today. We had a caller that we dropped yesterday. And so if you're listening, caller, this is your chance, or anyone else. Now, here's a little something we don't mention often enough, and we should. If you've won in the last 30 days or so, give someone else a chance to call in and win a prize. And our prize today is the Tumbleweed certificate for a tumbleweed meal.
There you go. We're asking questions about Monday Night Football, which premiered September 21st back in 1970. There we go. Here's some questions about the many voices who have been.
Sometimes it can be so intense you forget to eat. While you're out searching for that great Junk John deal, stop at the Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow. Their home-style cooking will pair perfectly with your weekend travels looking for that new treasure. They're located on East Highway 2 in Broken Bow and look forward to seeing you during Junk Jaunt at the Tumbleweed Cafe.
Well, that is odd. We didn't get a call. Sometimes that means our phone line isn't working, but I think it was working earlier.
Okay. Do you want me to just give you the answer, and then we'll move on to a new question tomorrow?
Okay.
The answer was Boomer Esiason. Played for the Cincinnati Bengals from 1984 to 1992, and was a commentator with Al Michaels on Monday Night Football from 1998 to 2000. That was your answer, and we'll ask a new question tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, Brent. Continuing with our thoughts on the fires in Oregon, they are now beginning to use goats. Now, that's not a new story for using goats to clean up pastures and eat things that a lot of other animals won't eat. They're trying something new there for the wildfires. The state has deployed 200 goats just south of Portland. They're hoping that they'll eat up all the shrubs and grass that burns fast and fuels the wildfires. That's not so unusual. Here, even in Nebraska, you'll see people using goats to clean some lots and pastures up. But here's the thing. The guy who owns them charges $800 a day.
Wow.
$800 a day. And when it's not wildfire season, he rents them out to people who are just too lazy to mow their lawns. but 200 of them for $800 a day.
So that's $4 a goat, right?
$4 a goat
Okay.
per day.
Wow.
That's pretty good money.
Not too bad. Yeah.
So I don't know if that is going to get blended into the program where they're talking about cleaning up the forest beds or not, but that guy's doing all right.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't know how much it doesn't cost anything to feed the goats. If he's getting paid $800 a day and they're feeding on what is there,
Exactly. Yeah.
that's a high profit deal.
Not too bad.
Yeah. We're going to take a time out. When we come back, Brent's going to tell you about whatever he wants to tell you about, because we do have some other things going on today that we want you to hear about, some great businesses, and we'll be blending those in amongst all the other things we'll be doing today, so stay tuned.
Contrary to popular belief, planting isn't just a spring activity. The Garden Center in Broken Bow has what you need to plant away. This year, the Garden Center carries a variety of fall annuals and flowers. So spruce up your planters with fall colors. Mums are already starting to show color and are here too. Choose from a variety of colors and sizes. Also, ask about having them help create a beautiful mixed fall container. Check out fall plants at the Garden Center in Broken Bow.
Hi, this is Terry from Off Broadway in Broken Bow. Nothing kicks off your day like a fresh cup of brewed coffee. We want to help you start your day off right. So every Wednesday morning from 7:30 to 9:30 at the City Cafe in Broken Bow, we're going to pay for your coffee. Coffee to start the day is great, but free coffee can't be beat. Free coffee every Wednesday at the City Cafe in Broken Bow from 7:30 to 9:30. Also, don't forget, the Fall Move-In Special saves you $1,000 for a limited time. Call us at 872-2522 and we'll tell you why Off Broadway is perfect for you.
Do you have pain in your heels, ankles, or arches? It's time to learn how to kick that pain aside with a free foot pain assessment at Pearson Physical Therapy, available through the month of September. Call to get your 30-minute assessment date today, 872-5800. That's 872-5800 for Pearson Physical Therapy, offering free foot pain assessments through September. Visit them online as well at pearsonpt.com.
It is 7:47, almost 7:48. Here's Brent Apperson with a thought or two about a business of his choice.
Oh, you said, okay, business. I'm sorry, that threw me off. You said earlier you said just share whatever's on my mind. I was just going to say the Chicago Cubs beat the Pittsburgh Pirates last night 5-0 as they try to win the National League Central Division and move on into the playoffs.
Well, that's
which will
just
be beginning
great.
very soon. But that's what's on my mind. Now let's talk business. Here we go. Nebraska Land Hearing Center. That's who we want to tell you about. Our good friend Roxanne, a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience right here in Broken Bow, Nebraska. And right now, Roxanne is offering a stimulus special. You can receive a $500 discount for buying local. All you got to do is talk to Roxanne to find out more. And to do that, give her a call today at 308-384-3852. Having a hard time understanding loved ones over the phone or in person during this time? Well, Roxanne can talk to you about free amplified phones for the residents of Nebraska. It all starts with making an appointment, and you can do that by calling 308-384-3852. Keep your hearing in good shape by visiting Roxanne at the Nebraska Land Hearing Center.
It is Junk Jaunt weekend, and we talked about this yesterday. We do want you folks out there with harvest beginning to get into the swing of things, and the Junk Jaunt happening this weekend. There's going to be a lot of extra traffic, a lot of people coming through, and we do want you to kind of watch out for those guests that are coming through and make room for those farmers who are harvesting their fields and possibly moving from one field to another. Trucks, a lot of trucks will be hauling grain, so we're going to have a little congestion this weekend, as we always do, but make our junk jaunters feel welcome and have a good time, but kind of watch out.
Yeah.
Kind of be careful.
And if you want to get prepared for Junk Jaunt this weekend, hey, you better go pick up a shopping guide so that you can map out your route and get prepared for the upcoming weekend. And here's where you can pick up your shopping guide in Broken Bow. They are currently located at Trotter's Truck Plaza and Taco John's here in Broken Bow. Also, the Trotter's Woe and Go location downtown, Grocery Cart, Runza, Pump and Pantry, Evans Feed, and the Tumbleweed Cafe. Those are the places in Broken Bow that you can pick up your shopping guide for Junk Jaunt 2020. Also, we encourage you to visit junkjaunt.com for more information as well. So get your plan set as you get ready for Junk Jaunt by picking up one of the shopping guides available now in Broken Bow.
And with that thought in mind, the Junk Jaunt post-prom fundraiser is taking place. And yesterday we had the experience of having a Bow Blaster.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a little donut hole that you can inject with chocolate or raspberry sauce.
Chocolate or raspberry filling.
Filling, yeah.
It's really cool. You can purchase the donut holes, and then if you get a dozen, I think it is, they will give you. They're a syringe.
Yeah.
A big syringe with raspberry or chocolate filling, and then you insert the filling into the donut hole yourself. It's quite entertaining and fun.
It is fun. We got to do it yesterday thanks to the folks bringing them into us and giving us a chance to try it and enjoy it. Also, they're going to be serving breakfast burritos out at the Tumbleweed, and they're going to have a stand. I think they were going to be stand number 9, something like that, with the Junk Jaunt.
Something like that on the book, yeah.
And so this is going to be for the kids, the Bow Blasters injectable donut holes. And burritos made by the Tumbleweed will be sold at reasonable prices. And you can order in advance, but you need to do that by the 12 o'clock tomorrow, noon, because they'll put them together for you so you can have them for your business and groups.
Yeah, they're actually willing to come out on Friday morning then and deliver them. So if you want delivery for breakfast for your crew on Friday morning, contact those numbers and get your order sent in by tomorrow.
Got to tell you, Logan, injecting that chocolate into that donut hole was was dangerous to start with, because I didn't go far enough in with the syringe, and it squirted back out. Brent got his in just fine, but you can also, after you take one bite of it, put some more on there. Yeah, pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, how you been?
I've been good.
How's things at Arrow Seed?
They're good.
Good.
Yeah,
good. So in full swing here for the autumn season? We are.
And I actually had a pretty busy weekend. I worked till noon on Saturday, and then did some stuff outside the rest of the weekend.
Busy outside? So,
good weather to do it.
It was very good weather, yes. Except my allergies are paying for it now.
Well, I hear you there.
We had the same experience. It literally mowed those dry yards and along the street, and dust flying everywhere. And a little hard to breathe by the end of the day, wasn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I think everybody's gotten their fair share of that, and there's only thing will fix that. I think I mentioned it to Brent yesterday was snow. Let's don't go there.
No, not quite. But it was nice when I got done with my work on Sunday. I kicked back and watched TV for a while.
Oh,
good.
What'd you watch?
I actually watched a documentary on Mozart.
Mozart, really?
Yeah,
I'm
really.
sorry, I don't. When I look at you, Logan, I'll just be honest. I don't see a Mozart guy.
Yeah, well, so it was actually really interesting. Did you know that Mozart, he went through about a chicken? So he ate a chicken literally once every 2 days.
Really?
Yeah, they were his pet chickens, and he kept asking him who their favorite composer was, and they just kept going, bark, bark, bark.
So he just ate them.
So he just ate them.
I'm writing that one down. I'm going to use that one somewhere. Bark, 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 bark. Oh, man.
So
that goes up toward the last couple I've kind of had at the bottom of your list. For me, that one goes toward the top. I liked that one. That was good. Bark, 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 bark. Wow.
So a little bit of knowledge for you folks this morning.
Thank you.
Well, thanks a
Man,
lot. Yeah.
all of this because you sat down and watched a
I know.
documentary on Mozart. That's amazing.
Absolutely right.
Wow.
So how's things in Arrow Seed?
Well, it is the time for Britt to stop laughing.
I'm sorry. That was really good.
It is the time for winter wheat.
Yes. Okay.
So there's been a lot of studies done on winter wheat and optimal times to plant, when you get the most grain yield versus not getting the most grain yield. And essentially from September 15th to October 1st is the sweet spot. That's where you want to get that in the ground, and that'll get you the most tillers going into wintertime, which gives you the best energy reserves to keep it going over winter, and it'll come back a little bit quicker next spring. More tillers next spring means more seed heads, which means more kernels, which means more grain, which means more money in the producer's pocket.
That's the way you want to have it.
It is.
Yeah.
So anytime after October 15th, it really, really, really decreases that yield. So, there's a little bit of a gray area between, say, the 1st of October and the 15th of October. But anytime after that 15th of October, it really goes south in a hurry.
Okay.
It's not gonna have a lot of growth on it before it goes into wintertime. It's gonna take it that much longer to come out next spring. It's gonna take more energy to do so, so it's gonna put more effort into doing that than putting on grain. So,
Okay.
and winter wheat is kind of having a rally right now in the market, so it's looking pretty good. The other cool thing about winter wheat is you can see about a 30 to 50 bushel per acre increase if you follow that wheat crop with corn or grain sorghum.
So the rotation really pays off when you use wheat.
It does.
Okay.
A lot of producers kind of get scared when they see the production costs of wheat, but they don't look at the benefits of the subsequent crop.
Overall.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's good. It's good for your soil too.
All right.
Think of it back in the day when there was more to farming than just a couple crops. It was very diversified, and they got along just fine.
Yeah. There was a lot more grain type crops going in corners and different places of the farm because they were farming less acres too. So they were diversifying there.
Exactly. They weren't putting all their eggs in one basket.
Okay. That option is there at Arrow Seed and Broken Bow. What else you got for us?
Well, it's also the time for cover crops. So that'd be right now, a mix of winter annuals. So that'd be your rye, triticale, barley, wheat. Those things are going to do better now than, say, oats and annual stuff that'll terminate with a hard freeze. Brassicas such as turnips, radish, and rapeseed are going to be along those same lines. Just not going to be a whole lot of time for them to really grow to what you need them to.
Mm-hmm.
They'll do something. It just won't be much.
Not what. Well, never mind. Anyway, you know what you're going to get. You're not going to fool anybody. You're going to tell them this is what's.
This is what's going to benefit you the most.
Yeah.
And there's probably certain situations. There's some government programs out there where they cost share cover crops, but they decide what's in the cover crop. So if that's the case, then we kind of got to go by what they spec in it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, right now you'd be, like I said, rye, triticale, barley, wheat, or a mixture of all four.
Yeah, mix them up. Before we close, I just wanted to give you a little advice. When you're loading somebody's pickup up, and you got the cart out there and you've loaded it in, and you see someone coming, pulling a trailer with a mower on it, don't act like you're going to, get in the way.
Oh, was that you?
Yes.
I had no idea. The crazy thing is, he was on the south side of the railroad tracks, and I could see him coming straight at me.
So he was the one that kind of initiated it.
He did. He instigated it. Yep, that was all his fault.
Yeah. Well, I thought about when I was going by actually and waved, and how nice it is for people who are part-time farmers or need to pick up yard goods, fertilizer and so forth. They can slip in on a Saturday morning and pick up some of those things that maybe they can't during the week. So I know they appreciate you guys being open a half day there. So.
Yep. And that brings up another good point. It is time for weed and feed on your lawns. Those broadleaf weeds, dandelions, some clovers, the stuff that's not grass is starting to get a little bit cold, and they're going, I think I'm going to start putting more energy into my roots. That's the time when you hit them.
That's when you feed them.
That's when you feed them the sleepy stuff that makes them go bye-bye.
All right. Logan, I can just, I feel like Christy Wells is timing us this morning. She's got us all lined out here for many busy things, so we'll have to go to news here, but I want to thank you for coming in.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's always a pleasure.
Christy she's probably got a stopwatch on us right now.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Thanks, Logan.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Arrow Seed and Broken Bow open Monday through Friday. What time do you open the doors?
8 o'clock a.m. till 5:30 p.m.
On Saturdays?
8 a.m. till noon.
And check out their website. There's lots of information there, and you can get information and communicate that way as well.
There is, yep. You can send us if you want to send us an email through the website, feel free.
All right. Thanks, Logan.
Thank you.
Great joke. News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News brief. Ruth Bader Ginsburg's vacant Supreme Court seat on track to be filled before Election Day.
We got the votes to confirm the justice on the floor of the Senate before the election.
Senate Judiciary Chair Lindsey Graham on Fox News' Hannity. Coronavirus, the U.S. nearing 200,000 COVID deaths now, the worst toll in the world. CBS's Elaine Cobb has more grim global milestones.
New cases of coronavirus soared last week to a new 7-day high worldwide of almost 2 million. The WHO says nearly 32 million people have now tested positive globally.
At a campaign rally in swing state Ohio, President Trump has repeated his highly optimistic claim that a vaccine could be available this year. Tropical storm Beta hit Texas overnight with heavy rain, winds, and powerful storm surges, but Kevin Townsend of Matagorda Bay knows it could have been much worse.
Thank God for dry air aloft, and I guess that's the difference in making this a tropical storm instead of a hurricane.
CBS News Brief, I'm Vicki Barker.
Gavin Higgins with you, and here is a look at state news. According to the Associated Press, more than 40% of the deaths linked to the coronavirus in Nebraska have been at nursing homes, but the overall rate of deaths in the state's nursing homes has remained relatively low compared with national figures. A total of 185 deaths linked to the virus have been confirmed at nursing homes in the state, which is reporting 442 deaths overall as of Saturday. The Omaha World Herald reported Sunday that a federal database showed that 31 of the more than 200 nursing homes in the state have reported deaths linked to the coronavirus. Most of the deadly outbreaks in nursing homes had not been previously disclosed because state officials have refused to name the facilities to protect residents' privacy. Nationally, nursing home residents account for less than 1% of the U.S. population, but more than 40% of the coronavirus deaths. The rate of deaths in Nebraska nursing homes has remained relatively low overall. Nebraska reported 18 deaths for every 1,000 nursing home residents, which is well below the national rate of 47.8 deaths per 1,000 residents. The federal data revealed that 9 nursing homes in the state had 10 or more residents die with coronavirus, accounting for 116 of the 185 nursing home deaths in Nebraska. Most of those large outbreaks were at homes in communities with large numbers of virus cases. Those large outbreaks included 20 deaths at Emerald Nursing and Rehabilitation Lakeview in Grand Island, the 16 deaths at St. Joseph Villa in Omaha, 14 at the Life Care Center of Elkhorn, 13 at Westfield Quality Care of Aurora, 12 at the Life Care Center of Omaha, 11 at Good Samaritan Society Millard, and 10 at each of Omaha's Florence Home, Golden Hours in Grant, and Plainview Manor in northeast Nebraska's Pierce County.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, Here's Eddie Garcia.
Week 2 in the NFL came to a close on Monday night in Las Vegas, where the Raiders opened up their new stadium in their new city with a 34-24 win over the Saints. Now, New Orleans had a 10-0 lead after the first quarter, but the Raiders would rally behind quarterback Derek Carr, who was 28 of 38 passing for 282 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. In the loss, New Orleans quarterback Drew Brees was 26 of 38 passing, 312 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Las Vegas is 2-0 to start the year. New Orleans falls to 1-1. In the NHL, it was Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final, and the Lightning scored 3 first-period goals, 2 on the power play, and then held on for a 3-2 win over the Stars. Tampa Bay evens the series with Dallas at a game apiece. In baseball, we've got 6 days left in the regular season. The Mariners beat the Astros 6-1. Houston's loss clinches the AL West title for Oakland. Indians beat the White Sox 7-4. Cleveland's magic number to clinch a playoff spot is now down to just 1.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, look for hazy sunshine, working up to a high temperature of 87. Then for tonight, mostly clear, lows in the lower 50s. For Wednesday, sunny to partly cloudy conditions, upper 80s for highs. And for Thursday, that stretch of sunny weather looks to continue, highs around 84. Even into your Friday, sunny and dry weather conditions, with high temperatures in the mid-80s. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm Staff Meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Under the Hood, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Despite the pandemic, it was a good summer for car sales. Here's auto expert Jeff Gilbert.
April and May were a challenge, says Detroit area dealer Thad Zott. Then things changed in June.
The pace of business was just almost at a frenzy. It was wild.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get guaranteed low prices and excellent customer service at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
Hey, what do you want to da-da-da? I don't know. What do y'all think we should da-da-da? Well, what did we da yesterday? Yesterday. All the dolls feel like the same doll these days. I know. Like, is today Monday or Tuesday? Today is Thursday. Oh, no, I forgot to call my mom on her birthday. Oh, no.
These days, nothing is normal and everything is weird. But you could still save big when you switch to Progressive. That won't change. Not today or any day.
Quote today at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
8:07 is your time. Brent Apperson, Dave Burney with you. Brent, I know that our next guest is kind of excited about the Husker situation. We just was talking about it off the air, but he's a calm guy. You can't tell he's excited or not. Nathan, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys this morning?
Good. All right. I'm going to turn it over to you guys for a little while, and I might have some questions at the end because I know you guys have been following the kids out there, the sports going on, fall activities. So jump right in, and I might ask a semi-intelligent question at the end.
All right. Well, we do have Nathan Scott from Team Physical Therapy joining us on the Breakfast Show this morning. I guess where I'll start is on Sunday, NFL football players were unfortunately being carted off the field quite often. A lot of injuries, especially in the earlier part of the day, in the early games. We've been doing a lot of high school sports, obviously. I haven't, thank goodness, seen a lot on the high school side, at least at the games that we've been to. Now, obviously, there's injuries here and there. But as we've gotten into the season a little bit now, Nathan, what have you guys seen from our area athletes in regards to that? Is everybody staying fairly healthy? Or
overall, as a whole, people have stayed pretty healthy from what I've seen. We do have had a couple season enders and things like that. But for the most part, as far as severe injuries, numbers are pretty low on those, which is good, encouraging to see. That can kind of reflect on their off-season training, weight room, everything like that. So that's kind of good to see.
Well, and I think that was a question coming into the season was, how prepared would our high school athletes be coming in because of all of the things that happened? I think we forget that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like now sports and preparing yourself is like a year-round thing now.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And when we had that moment, especially in March through May, where so many things were shut down and you were not able to go to certain places to stay in your regular routine, I'm guessing there was maybe a little bit of a concern getting the kids back in and going, and then how they would react and their bodies would react to a fall sports season. But it seems like our area schools did a phenomenal job of keeping these kids and their bodies in shape during that weird time and continuing on into the fall.
Yeah, a lot of them were basically since March have been kind of limited on what they can do. There was no track, no weightlifting through the spring, so they were kind of at home and twiddling their thumbs, trying to find things to do. So I do know, I can speak for Broken Bow here. I don't know from the outside towns quite as much, but I do know, like volleyball team I heard was doing some Zoom workouts where you had to kind of check in. They did kind of a neat Facebook thing where each player kind of had to develop some drills to do that you can do at home and then make a video so that people watching could start doing drills at home and things like that. So they really did a good job of trying to stay active as best they can. Our coaches did a really good job of kind of prepping them for what they could do in the weight rooms and in the off season with team camps and everything like that. So that was pretty limited. So what they did do, it seems like they got them headed in the right direction and off to a good start overall. So,
you talk about staying active, and I know that the weather is still beautiful right now. Opportunity to get out and enjoy it, go on your walk or whatever you do. But down the road, it's going to get colder, and the weather is going to be not so conducive to going outside and exercising. Finding ways, and I think maybe we discovered some different ways when we were going through the COVID situation, especially back in March through May that we talked about. But finding ways to stay active even inside the house is kind of important, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there's a million different YouTube videos on the internet of exercises you can do just sitting in your house, in your office chair, in your recliner. Now, not all of those are appropriate for everybody. If you ever do have any questions on what might be appropriate for you or what areas you need to work on, you could always give us a call at Team Physical Therapy. We would be more than happy to direct you in the right direction with kind of what areas to target and what exercises to perform. But yeah, everybody that I know of, they've gotten really good at getting by with home exercises because, the wellness center here in town was closed for quite a while, and the weight room and everything like that. So people have gotten creative, and it's kind of fun to see some of the things people come up with. Whether they're good, bad, or entertaining, but it's fun to see people getting creative with them. So.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that if a person has a question on is this beneficial or is it not, they can come to you and you can kind of help lead them through that, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. We like to consider ourselves kind of movement specialists and exercise specialists. So we would be able to help you out with any questions you would have or any concerns. So.
Jump in here, the Zoom or YouTube and all that. For the older listeners out there, I know you always stress some sort of a warm-up period and a cool-off period, even, I would think, for those folks. And, talking with some older folks, as much as they've tried, they have been, hopefully not so much lately, but they've been doing a lot of sitting. A lot of idle time trying to get through all of this. And when you sit and you're not moving around much, you just get stiff. Let's face it, your movement, your flexibility suffers because of that. So they kind of have to be careful when they're starting up, I would think.
Oh, yeah. I would definitely not recommend jumping right into doing every single exercise you see a video or picture of. But, exercises, they're so variable. You can find easy ones to do that you can do while sitting in your chair, just standing at the kitchen counter or bathroom sink. They don't have to be difficult, make you drip sweat to get a benefit out of them. So there's plenty of things you can do, like I said, just sitting in the chair that can benefit you, and a good place to start and work your way up to the more kind of difficult ones.
And I think you have offered maybe an exercise plan to some of your people if they have specific areas that they are needing to work on. Maybe they've had a surgery or they just have a knee that bothers them. Some of those exercises that you lay out for them are really simple, a lot of them.
Yeah, you really don't have to overthink it sometimes. it's kind of people look at you a little weird sometimes when you have them doing some simple little thing where they're hardly even moving their body at all, but yet they're getting a benefit and a muscle contraction out of it. So with almost all the patients that I see, I like to send them home with a kind of a home exercise program. My goal is to not have to see you any more than I have to. Not that I don't like you, but kind of goal for me is to help you help yourself. So maybe give you something that you can go home and work on yourself and improve yourself with, and maybe shorten the time that I have to see you and get you back to moving kind of to your prior level.
Yeah. Well, talk a little bit about Harvest now, because they're getting ready to ramp it up. They're going to be looking backwards a lot. They're going to be bumping around in an old truck hauling grain. I'm sure you see an increase, but those guys and gals really don't want to slow down very much. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. I like to call it tractor neck, where they're always looking back over their shoulder to see where the grain cart or truck trailer are at behind you. And I understand completely the reasoning, but we usually see them all roll in about maybe early November, late November, early December, when things are getting wrapped up and it's getting cold and they're kind of ending the harvest and field work. But harvest can drag on for a long time. So if you are in that pain and you do have one of these rainy days where you're kind of stuck inside, can't get out in the fields, I would recommend trying to get in, get it taken care of. The longer you let it go, the worse things get, and the longer it sticks around. So I do encourage people to get in as soon as possible. Like I said, I understand the weather's been beautiful lately. People are really getting ramped up and getting ready to hit it hard and heavy. So I understand if the weather's nice, you got to be in the field. But if you do have time to get in and you are having problems, I would recommend getting in as quick as possible. So
All right. Yeah, that's hard to slow farmers down when they're putting grain in the bin.
Yep.
And we understand that. But if it's going to end up stopping you altogether, it would be better to get it taken care of.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Brent, any other questions?
I don't think so from me. Yeah.
Is there anything that you wanted to talk about today that we didn't ask you about?
I would like to touch on one thing. So in the world of physical therapy, this week is the Falls Prevention Awareness Week. So especially in the elderly and older individuals, falls is a big obstacle in their life. I've seen it several times where people are healthy and independent, living at home, and it just takes one fall to kind of knock them down, and a lot of times it really affects their life and starts them kind of in a downhill spiral. And so I just want to touch on that. Physical therapy, we can help, whether it be strengthening, flexibility exercises, balance exercises, vestibular things, dizziness. It all plays a part in your balance and your ability to stay on your feet and off the ground. So I always tell people that ground is really hard. The more you can stay off of it, the better. So just want to get that plug in there. So yeah,
I'm glad you brought that up, because with the weather the way it's been, and everybody knows that we're headed towards another season, we're going to enjoy this one. There's a lot of going on, maybe going up some steps, going down the porch, all those things. And boy, you're right. And that's the biggest fear of elderly people, is having that fall, because they know the consequences. If it happens, I know you guys can help them, but to prevent it is probably the way to go.
Yeah. Yep. As everybody gets older, everybody's goal is to stay in their home, living by themselves, not have to rely on anybody. And a lot of times the fall is a determining factor whether they can stay home or not safely. So like you said, prevention is the best.
You notice any trends with people who maybe are stiff and out of shape? Are a lot of the Cubs fans more that way than others?
Yeah, they do a lot of sitting on the couch, and they don't do much clapping or cheering or anything like that.
They cry a lot, don't they?
They do, yeah.
No comment. I have no comment.
Thanks for working with me on that, Nathan.
You bet.
That's a lot of fun.
You set me up nicely.
All right. Team Physical Therapy locations are very, very convenient for folks listening almost anywhere within our listening range, because you guys have a lot of places they can stop into.
Yeah, we do. We have Broken Bow here in Broken Bow, Callaway, Gothenburg, Kearney, Burwell.
And check out the website. There's lots of information there.
Yep.
Facebook. And...
Yep. myteampt.com. So.
All right. Thank you, Nathan.
Absolutely.
We'll take a time out.
Send request split. Bruning Bank is proud to now offer Zelle as a solution to send funds electronically. Perfect for splitting rent or the dinner bill. Access Zelle through Bruning Bank's free app or online banking platform. Getting started is quick and easy. Zelle has replaced Pot Money. Visit bruningbank.com to learn more about switching or signing up for Zelle. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Whether for competitive or casual competition, Geared for Sports can get you ready to compete. To stay geared up for the fall sports season, remember Geared for Sports. They carry top brands for football and volleyball. And of course, they have items for the fans too. Check out Geared for Sports on the Square in Broken Bow. Open Monday to Friday 10 to 6 and Saturday 10 until 4.
Aero Aviation is happy to have served the area since 1971, and they look forward to serving you for years to come. Their aircraft is equipped with the latest in GPS guidance and flow control technology, and they're always searching for the next big thing in aviation. Contact Casey and Melissa Williams at 872-5113 and talk to them about your fall pasture spraying. That's Aero Aviation, proud to serve Custer County and surrounding areas.
We promised you a brisk show today, and we certainly have had that already, and nobody will bring it up another level like our next guest, Mark Stock from Big Iron Auction Company, because, you know, we all think we have a lot going on, and then we hear about all these auctions that are being set up with Big Iron and Mark running all over the country and his salespeople out there. So it's always fun to find out what's happening, and that's what we're going to do right now. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you doing?
We're good. We're good. How did your sale go last week?
You know, we had people bidding on that equipment all across North America. Items went to Canada. Items went to Mexico. The majority of the items obviously stayed here in the United States, but we had bidders from Australia. We had bidders from Argentina. We even had bidders from Ukraine. We were selling late model John Deere and Case IH equipment that attracted a lot of attention, and we want to thank everybody that bid on items. We want to thank everybody that bought equipment. We want to thank the sellers. We want to thank all the Big Iron reps because they were out there working real hard in getting all the equipment prepared and all the pictures and the videos taken so people could make an educated decision on their buying process here and how they were so comfortable and confident in bidding on the equipment that was being represented. So all in all, a real big day. We sold 2,911 items. We started at 9 a.m. and at 4:30 we were wrapping it up. So we had a big sale, and it was a record breaker in the number of items that we sold. Now, we're going to have a big sale tomorrow, folks, because we've got just under 1,480 items, but a lot of equipment from across the country is going to sell again, and it's all being represented by the owners. I'll name drop here. We got Dwayne Henry from Ansley, Nebraska. He's going to sell some items. We've also got some equipment that's going to be sold in Bruno, Nebraska for Jacob Brothers Farms. We got the Kump Family Trust in Shelby, Nebraska, folks. They've got a John Deere 6115 tractor that's got 66 hours on it. They've also got an 8-foot shredder, 3-point shredder that has been used very, very little. So if you need to do some touching up here before the winter months come in, we encourage you to check out BigIron.com. Now, Pandorf Land and Cattle Company, they're by Callaway, and they've got 21 items that we'll be selling tomorrow. They've got some Raven spray monitoring equipment. They've got a John Deere 8530 mechanical front tractor. This is a 2006 model, so check that out. They've got a John Deere little power unit, a little 4-cylinder diesel power unit that's going to sell as well. They've got a Raven spray monitor. That's several Raven spray monitors that we'll be selling on BigIron.com coming up here tomorrow. And this auction starts to conclude here at 10 o'clock in the morning with the first items. Now, the bidding goes on. If somebody bids when there's only 5 minutes left or less, it just restarts the clock, so all the co-bidders have an opportunity to respond to those bids. So we encourage you to understand the process or call our office if you need help with how that all works. Now, we've been getting a lot of calls from a lot of charity organizations. They want to use BigIron.com to have their auctions since they're worried about COVID and crowd gatherings and a lot of these church and community organizations and schools are doing these benefit sales. So we have come up with BigIronGives.com. Big Iron Gives, all one word, and that is a free site that if you are a member or a leader in a charity group, go to that website, click on the button to submit your application and to use that site to conduct your online auction. And that's just something Big Iron here has given back to the communities all across the country here while we have this pandemic going on. Now, we do want to remind everybody, too, we've got a lot of real estate that is being sold. We've got a couple tracts of Platte County, Nebraska land that are selling on Thursday, 4 different tracts, 2 different families, and some really nice real estate. If you've got some land you would like to sell, we're now listing land that will be selling. We're listing auctions that will be selling land in November and December. And we've even got some folks who want to get their land sold right after the first of the year. So now is the time to pick up the phone and give us a call. We come out there and take drone videos of the crops that were out there. We can do a lot of the background work ahead of the advertising. So pick up the phone and give us a call if you've got some grassland, if you've got some farmland, if you've got irrigated acres or dry cropland acres, if you've got a building site on an acreage or something that you'd like to get sold, we can put it on the Big Iron online auction platform and expose it to the hundreds of thousands of people that watch Big Iron here every week. So just another little thing that we can help you out with, folks. And it all starts with a phone call if you've got questions. And our toll-free number is 1-800-887-8625.
All right, Mark, if you don't mind, I got just a little time here. I'd like to ask you one quick question. If you were back 20 years ago and you had a sale that had over 2,000 items and you started at 9 o'clock, would it be possible to get that all sold in a traditional sale, or would it take a couple of days?
Well, in a sale like that, you'd have had to run 4 or 5 or 6 rings, and it would have still been a 2-day sale if you would have run 4 rings every day.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen as fast. It's more efficient when people just click on the items that they're interested in. They store it in their watch box, and then you just put those watched items on a screen, and it's more efficient to operate, unbelievably so. Now, we do miss the socializing of those type auctions. There's no doubt about it. It's kind of nice to see people and chat with them. But, it would have been a 2-day sale for 2,900 items.
Well, that's amazing. Always fun to talk to you, Mark. Thanks a lot for your report, and look forward to it next week.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. 8:28 is your time. 2,000 items from 9 a.m. till 4. That's technology working pretty well. And I love the idea now that he's created a website for nonprofit, for charities that people can use. That's very good of them to do that. They wouldn't have to do that. So you'll find Mark Stock in a lot of situations where he's out helping friends and neighbors out there. I know they went to Iowa and helped to serve meals after the terrible storm that went through there. So good folks, growing company to say the least, Big Iron Auction Company. All right, let's talk a little bit about Loop City.
Okay.
Because you know about Loop City.
Not as well as I did many years ago, but yes, grew up there.
Well, this is just outside of Loop City, and I think it's worth a stop anytime. Now, they gear up, as you said yesterday, at Cattlary Farms for Christmas, but they have some mums right now.
Yeah, they're getting ready for Junk Jaunt weekend. They're going to be a part of it, so we want to stress that they're going to be open this weekend for Junk Jaunt only. So get out there and take advantage of what they'll have this weekend. They're going to be open Friday and Saturday from 9 until 6, also open on Sunday from 10 until 5. They are located 4 miles east of Loop City, right off Highway 92. 3 buildings full of crafts, gifts, and treasures, something for everyone. And as Dave mentioned, they're going to have a lot of mums out there too, hundreds of homegrown mums in beautiful colors. We encourage you to check them out on Facebook so that you can find out more about the business. It is Cattlary Farms, and they're going to be open this weekend for Junk Jaunt only, Friday and Saturday 9 to 6, and also open Sunday 10 until 5. And then they will close again and then get ready for their big season of the year, which is around Christmas time. Don't forget them already when it comes to Christmas. Fresh cut trees, more crafts, gifts, and activities for the kids. And that'll be happening later in the year at Cattlelary Farms, just outside Loop City.
You bet. And again, you're just going to find these people to be just your type. They're wonderful, warm people that appreciate your business, and you'll think of them as friends if you go there a time or two, no doubt about it. Cattlelary Farms, just outside Loop City, Nebraska. We are expecting Joyce in from Runza this morning, and they are donating a portion of their sales to a charity this morning, and we're going to find out a little bit more about that. Saw Joyce yesterday at the Custer County Economic Development meeting. She is chairman of that organization right now. Did a great job. We'll look forward to visiting with her. Emily Barnett is making preparations to go along with Jeremy and Christy down to Ansley. And I think Emily will be a perfect fit to talk to Livia's Boutique this morning on Main Street about all the wonderful clothing items they have there and gift items. Also, Mom's the Word in Ansley, too. And we're going to find out more about that at Sun Valley Landscaping. Chaz is there, and she'll be visiting with Jeremy. And that's going to be Facebook Live as well.
Okay.
So we're set. We're ready to go. We're rolling. And here's Joyce right now. Come on in, Joyce. Perfect. I think perfect is an overused word nowadays. I think we could actually talk a whole show about that, but we'll do that at another time.
Okay.
So, Christy have a stopwatch with her when she walked in?
No, I don't think so. No, she's just handing me some more information.
You're doing wonderful today.
Thank you.
Wow. I think Christy just complimented you.
She did. That feels so good.
Wow. I'm marking that down. What is today? September when?
This is
22nd.
22nd. Thank you, Joyce. 9:22. Time is 8:31. Christy compliments Dave.
Well, actually, it's both of us. The both of us got a compliment. So
well,
write yourself down there.
Okay, thanks.
We would like to compliment Joyce.
Good morning.
And the Runza crew to start with, and thank you ahead of time for what you're already planning to do here today. I talked to my mom last night. She says, I'm going to drop by Runza because I just need to get out and have a meal, and I want to do it there because they're donating some paying forward. So talk about that a little bit.
All right. Today is what we call Runza Feeds the Need Day. Company-wide, all Runzas will be raising funds to help with youth hunger. And so locally here in Broken Bow, we're doing the same. 10% of our sales today, whether they're drive-in, drive-through, carry-out, or dine-in, will go to the Broken Bow Food Pantry.
Joyce, you're a former teacher, as I remember. And I think teachers, they have the window there where they see good things and things that aren't so good. Yeah. And I think maybe more so now than years past, there's kids out there that don't get enough to eat.
There are kids. There are kids that come to school without breakfast, and they tell us that right now 1 in 6 children in our area do not know where their next meal is going to come from. That's heartbreaking.
That's heartbreaking. And
it is.
It's also frustrating because we live where we produce enough food to feed the world, and we can't get one out of our. We have one out of six that are hungry.
Exactly, and the food waste that you see sometimes is unbelievable. Yes. So today, 10% of our sales will go to work on that problem. Also, the food pantry gave me a list of kind of items they're needing. And these could be left at Runza today, or you could drop them off at the food pantry, which, by the way, the food pantry is located at 1100 South 6th Street. It is open on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3. So if you want to drop off, or if you're needing items from there, stop in 1100 South 6th, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 to 3. If you're there to get items, they do have a little bit of paperwork for you to fill out, and then you do need to live in Custer County to be able to use the Custer County Broken Bow Food Pantry. But right now they are in, the things they are needing the most are paper products, personal care products such as shampoo, hand soap, laundry soap, cleaning items, things like also Kleenex, paper towels, toilet paper. Those are the kind of items right now that they are running short on. And, you look at that list, and a lot of that is kind of the things that were in short supply when the virus was kind of first starting, and I'm sure they have not regained their inventory due to that. So those are kind of the items. Of course, they welcome anything, but those are the items right now that they are running low on.
Okay. All right. Well, again, thank you for talking about, and not only talking about those issues, but doing something about it.
Yes. Yep. So come out and see us today, and we'll work on that. If I could hit on a couple other things at Runza, we do have the junk jaunt guides available. This is the week you're going to need that.
Mm-hmm.
So the things are starting to pick up for junk jaunt.
See it?
Yep.
Can we stop there for a moment? Because I know yesterday during the economic development meeting, you invited members to be a part of maybe welcoming our folks coming through a little bit more than we have in the past. Can you talk about that real quick?
Yeah, let's talk about that. You know, what I have seen for absolutely years and years, as long as we've been in Runza, that the amount of people that Junk Jaunt brings into our community is unbelievable. You know, every year I try to talk to every table to find out kind of what their story is. And, you know, everybody's having a good time. I don't see anybody that's unhappy. They have great memories of being here.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about it. Some groups return year after year. A lot of family units, you know. Mom and dad will meet up with their kids and grandkids, and they all meet somewhere in this area, and they junk jaunt together, and huge groups that are traveling together doing this junk jaunt. So I think it's really important that we capitalize on that. And so Custer Economic Development Corporation, we've put together a flyer that tells the amenities we have in Broken Bow. Here's what we have to offer. As I think everybody knows, there's a lot of job and career opportunities available right now in Broken Bow. So many businesses are looking for help. So we're going to kind of make a push on inviting people to consider Custer County when they want to relocate, or maybe they just in the back of their mind have been thinking, oh, I'd like a change in my life. We're going to kind of try to plant that seed with them this weekend. So that being said, it's very important that our whole community, whether you belong to economic development or not, that we make these visitors feel welcome. And that, you know, I know there's frustrations with the way people drive and the places they stop and the places they park, and we need to be a little more careful.
It's short term.
Exactly. But let's put our best foot forward, and everyone in the community be welcoming and warm to these guests. And we'll see if we can get a few families to relocate to Custer County, or at least start thinking about it.
Yeah. I don't want to name names, but you gave an example yesterday of a family that did just that and then brought more family members.
Yes. Yep. There was a family several years back that when they were ready to make a change, they remembered Broken Bow because of how great it was to them when they were here multiple years junk jaunting. So they came, and now other families related to their family have followed suit. So it can happen, and it has happened.
Right.
Yep.
Well, again, thank you for that.
Yes. Thanks for letting me talk about that.
Yeah, no, I thought yesterday that was very interesting, and I might talk to you about helping out if I can.
That would be great. Yeah. Okay. So related to that, we're going to kind of try to have people from our business community hopefully be in, probably our target area is going to be in the restaurants, because you're not interfering with people when they're shopping, and that's kind of their downtime. And just make a quick stop at their table, hand them one of our handouts about Broken Bow, and just make that connection with them.
All right. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll visit with you.
Okay, great.
After,
love to have your help.
I don't know if I'm a very good ambassador, but I'll try. I'll try to behave myself.
I think we'll take you.
Yeah. You like my shirt, by the way?
I do. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you could wear that.
Yeah, I look very professional
over the weekend.
Yeah. Other folks out there, if you want to wear a white shirt, that would be great too.
Okay, that'll work.
Whatever, right?
Yes, whatever. Just make sure you wear a shirt.
Yeah, do wear a shirt. Especially if you're in a restaurant. Yeah. I'm sure that would make you happy.
Yes, exactly.
So is there some other things? I know you got some treats there.
Yes, I brought you. These are not available yet, but I did bring, these are our new cinnamon rolls from Runza. So I brought for you all to sample and share today. Those will be coming out October 1st. We will start our chili, our cinnamon rolls, and our soups. So
good.
Coming in just about a week or so will be those items. Yep. And so I think I've mentioned we're starting with another new cinnamon roll. Our chef continues to work on this. So anyway, new cinnamon rolls for this year, starting October 1st.
All right.
They've been going down pretty easy for those that have been sampling.
Well, I know they'll get tested here. Thank you.
Yes. Speaking of that, our ice cream sandwiches will be ending right around September 30th. So those will come to an end for the season, and then that's when our cold weather foods will begin, is October 1st.
Okay.
Yeah. We are still looking for some help over the noon hours. So if you're a person that maybe your kids are all in school, or if you're retired and just want a couple hours a day, it can be just Monday through Friday and just a couple hours a day if that's what you're looking for. We're kind of flexible, but it does need to be during the school day. So not a student, but someone that can give us a couple hours over the noon hour during the school day.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a chance to recap anything you want to recap, but I have I guess it's kind of a personal question.
Okay.
But how's I know you're a grandma. How's that going?
Oh, it's the best gig of all. Absolutely. Tomorrow's my day again.
Oh, good.
Yeah, during the summer, each of the grandmas had a day a week, but that is kind of wound down. Mm-hmm. But they actually have a shaved ice event in Lincoln tomorrow, so I get him for the day.
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. How old now?
18 months.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
You'll be busy.
Oh, we're very busy. You don't turn your back. You don't close your eyes. Yeah.
You'll be tired when he leaves.
Every drawer, every cupboard, I'm learning real quickly that boys are so different than girls. I grew up with a sister and I had a daughter.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Oh, my gosh. The hitting, the banging, the slamming, it's a whole different breed of cats.
It's a lot of fun. Well, recap whatever you would like to recap here.
Okay. So today at Runza and Broken Bow, and actually all Runzas, will be raising food for childhood hunger. 10% of our sales today in Broken Bow will be going to the Broken Bow Food Pantry, located at 1100 South 6th. That food pantry is open Tuesdays and Thursdays 1 to 3. If you're in need of food or those items, you can go there. You can also go there to drop items off if you would like. But today at Runza, all day, we open at 10:30 this morning. We'll be there till 10 o'clock tonight in drive-through, 9 o'clock in the dining room. 10% of sales, whether they be drive-through, carry-out, or dine-in, will go to fight childhood hunger.
All right. Joyce, thanks so much.
Yes, thank
Appreciate
you. Thanks for letting me sneak in on a Tuesday.
No, it's good to see you.
Hey, Joyce, I don't know if you heard, but Dave mentioned this morning it's ice cream cone day. So I encourage everyone to go to Runza and get an ice cream cone.
Yes,
because they are delish.
Ice cream cone day.
National holiday.
Yes, thank you.
You bet.
Yeah, what a good day to have our fundraiser, huh?
Yeah, really.
Thank you.
You bet.
The fall shoes are arriving at Bow Bootery. Come see what we have so far. We're also putting out our Nordic wraps, and if you haven't felt how soft they are, you need to soon. They're light, fluffy, soft, and most important of all, warm. We're open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and Saturdays from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Come see us on the square in Broken Bow at Bow Bootery, your home-owned shoe store.
Going on now for a limited time only. The post-Labor Day sale at Ansley Lumber and Supply. Cash and check only, please. Buy a bundle or more of creosote or copperline posts and take 5% off. In-stock quantities of creosote or copperline posts are ready to head to your land. Plus, save 5% off all in-stock Benjamin Moore exterior paints and stains. The post-Labor Day sale at Ansley Lumber and Supply, downtown Ansley. Awesome savings on post and Benjamin Moore exterior paints and stains for a limited time only.
At the Callaway Good Life Center, their hometown facility offers the security and comfort of a small town with the advantages of city living. They offer speech, occupational, and physical therapy for their residents. Visit CallawayGoodLife.com for more information.
It's mum season at Sun Valley Landscaping in Ansley. Beautiful fall mums are available now in a great array of colors. Sun Valley is open Monday to Friday, 4:30 to 6:30, located in Ansley, just off Highway 2 east of the fire station. Saturday and Sunday, they're open from 10 a.m. to noon, or just give them a call. Mums are a great fall splash of color. Pick yours up today at Sun Valley Landscaping in Ansley. Visit them online at sunvalleynursery.org.
This is unbelievable, but it's just right at 8:45, and that's the time we have our next guest scheduled. Christy Wells is probably just hitting the button on the stopwatch right now.
Especially since I made it to Broken Bow in record time this morning, You
had to drive a little bit brisk to get here, huh?
Well, yeah, I left a little bit early, which, is always a challenge because I'm doing morning chores and stuff.
Yeah,
and
right.
then, it's like if you don't hit one of the road crews, so you get stopped with road construction or this time of year, farm implements.
Right.
Yeah. So you got to dodge the farm implements and the cattle drives and
you made it.
And not get the timing right so you're not waiting for the train.
There's a lot of things to consider to get here.
My flight into Broken Bow can vary by as much as 15 minutes.
Well, we're glad you're here. And it's good to see you again here in the studio. I know we did stop by the store a while back, but
I think was it a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, a few weeks. Time goes by.
3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. I don't even remember. Yeah.
But the store looked great.
Thank you.
Joan was in, I think, also, and mentioned how nice the store looked, and you've changed some things up a little bit, and Awards and More is rolling, right?
Right. It is. We're ramping up for the award season, basically. I mean, this is the time of year where you typically employ recognition, plaques, various clubs, sporting events, things like that. And so we're expanding our line of medals and trophies, and so it's a lot of fun.
Might actually even highlight the importance of awards for athletes and students with everything that's going on. That recognition might be needed more than ever.
It's been an extraordinary year. And, I think people have been under a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And so sometimes just saying thank you can mean a lot.
Yep.
More than a monetary award, just a thank you. And sometimes it can be a small little token, like a medal. We've done some custom medals for one individual, and put it in a nice little carrying case. And so it's, or you can go big and fancy. We've got some of the, top line crystal and things like that too that we do engrave. So,
can we talk a little bit about the difference where you're at now than what the store was before? I mean, what has changed really? So the folks out there, I know you sold down some of your inventory on the floor.
Right.
But I'm not sure actually if you've changed any of the services or not. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, pretty much we do the same services. We've just tried to focus more on the engraving end of it. But that doesn't mean we still don't do, some signs and T-shirts if you want, and we do have a full product line. I still have, a supplier that a wholesaler that we purchase from. So if you need a dress shirt or a jacket, chances are my supplier will have it because he's got over 70 brands. So, so we do have options. I don't necessarily keep a lot of things in the store. We do have a few 3X and 4X just because, and a few children's T-shirts and things for like the crafters. But I don't carry a lot of it. I can usually order it and have it there in a few days.
I was going to say, people are pretty used to ordering now and not having it right in their hands at that time. That's something everybody's actually quite used to now.
Right.
So, yeah. Do you have white shirts?
I do have a few.
Could you order white shirts?
I could. It looks like you need one.
Well, this is my second day wearing it. It's holding up pretty good.
Well, at least it can't stand in the corner by itself
yet. Not until about Friday. But you can. I mean, you could order colored shirts.
Yeah, absolutely. We have the Oxford dress shirts, the polos, the sport, polos, the bowling shirts, things like that.
Can I tell you a true story?
Sure.
All right. I wanted to try the non-tuck shirts,
right,
where you don't tuck them in.
I've heard of those, yes.
And so I thought, I didn't think there were any available here, and I thought I'll just try this online thing. And my wife helped me, and we measured my arms, and we did the whole thing that the little chart told you to do. And I actually gave the shirt to Brent because it was
that far off.
It was that far off.
Wow. Well,
Now wait a minute. What do you mean it was that far off? What are you saying, Sally? What? I'm just giving you a hard time.
Okay, I walked into that, didn't I?
I'm gonna let you guys talk about that.
It wasn't. It was the perfect size. The problem is in the arms. It was when I put it on me. It was really
too
tight, especially in the bicep area.
I see.
Sally.
Yeah.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say there is that I need a little help from somebody when you do order.
Right.
Which you know your shirts. You know, one brand won't measure like the other one, right?
There are some brands that run, for example, small. You know, so like you might regularly take a large, you might need an extra large if you're ordering that particular brand. Or there's some shirts now that are unisex. So like you're getting a boxier shirt. So, if you're a woman and you want something that fits a little tighter, you might want to look at a different brand or different size.
Okay, you can help with that.
And then the other thing I've noticed with this whole COVID thing is some of our suppliers aren't stocking all sizes. So like if I go to order a 3X in a Gildan, I probably can't get it. So I might have to switch out and get you, a Fruit of the Loom or a Hanes or a different brand. But a comparable product usually, can find one in a different, it just might not be the brand you're accustomed to.
Do most companies, most companies ship free, or do they
no.
That's charged?
No.
Okay.
And that's probably the other thing that we've changed, we used to keep more shirts in stock. Well, now I maybe order once a week because if I order one shirt, it's going to cost me $15
to
shipping
get it there.
or $17. So I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So
I understand. Shipping is a huge deal.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, it's a lot of the same services going into the award season. Autumn is starting today. This is fall. We're using autumn instead of fall.
Okay.
We think it's a little more cultural to say autumn.
Makes us sound smarter. We think.
You think it
when
does?
You say autumn.
Okay.
So with that thought in mind, we have the awards. And now, how are you handling? I know for a while you were doing high school logos and all that sort of thing. You're still doing all that?
We still do. Any high school team, we can recreate their logo.
Okay.
We've pretty much got most of them or access to their mascots on file, so
you can do that.
We can pretty well do that.
Sally, speaking of that, of course, I've been going to a lot of games, and there are several gymnasiums. Certainly, when you first walk in, they require you to wear a mask,
right?
And I've seen just some really neat masks promoting your school.
Right.
Do you do things like that?
We do.
Okay.
Yeah, we do custom print. You might be limited on the style or the size of your, depends whether you want to cover your mouth or whatever with, a lot of graphics.
Sure.
But we can help you find the style, and most of them we can put, a little mascot off to the side, or you've got the gator option, which is like your runner's performance mask that I really like because you can slide it down around your neck or put it up as a hairband and then, slide it down your face before you go into the gym. And those give us more room. So like you can have a bigger mascot on, a performance skater, and you can have it kind of off to the side or over your nose, or we can kind of position it. I usually try and position them off to the side just because it seems weird to have, especially if we're doing the vinyl heat transfer, which, like if you get a dark mask, we have to. Some of your lighter masks, we can actually print. But you've got to remember that the color of your mask is what comes through when I go to put the ink on it. So, like a red mask and you're trying to put white on it, won't work because it'll show up red or pink, so now black would be fine. So you're kind of limited a little bit that way. We do have some all white masks that we can put, a colored mask, full color mascot on. You're not limited there. So,
all right.
And I do have quite a few masks in stock.
Do you?
Even children's sizes. So we go from kid size to large adult.
Now the store is in the same location on the west side of the square.
It is.
Let's see, you're right next to Verizon.
Verizon, and between Verizon and the museum, right across from the playground.
Yep. And what are the hours now?
We have changed that. I'm there Monday through Thursday. Published hours are 9:30 to 5. I tend to get there around 9 o'clock, depending on trains and tractors. But I'm there. The door's unlocked usually at 9 or shortly thereafter. So if you need to come in early, or if you need to make special arrangements, just call me or text me. I'm happy to stay a few minutes later, or open a few minutes early if that helps you pick up your product or place your order.
Okay.
So,
and Facebook, website?
We have the same website. The website is still Shirred Signs, Mugs, and More.
Okay.
And reason being is there are several awards and more throughout the country. So getting that domain name just isn't possible right now. So we decided to just leave it as is. But I've got, full catalog, some awards catalogs. You can look, see, I like this, and then tell me where you found it on the website or what number is attached to it, and I can get it in the works for you.
All right. Let's see. Got some time left. I wanted to ask you a little bit about, we actually drove around up in your Burwell area a while back.
Did?
Yeah. I went over to a lake. There's Lake Erickson, and then I went past that.
Okay.
There's another little lake off the highway there. I can't remember the name of it now. Pippin?
Ladybird? No.
Pipin?
Okay.
Cool little place. But anyway, we drove all through the countryside there.
It's a pretty area.
It's very pretty. And then we didn't go by, because you live near the fort, right?
Well, Fort Hartsuff, yeah.
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 Yeah, because your husband's...
He's the superintendent there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Yeah, it's beautiful up there.
It is.
It's a nice place. How's the horses doing?
Hey, they're doing great.
So
I've got horse deals all over.
You got them going?
Yeah. In fact, I'm down to where, I don't have much left to ride because everything's gone. So I'm, either going to have to ride an unbroke colt or my old stud. So.
Okay. Well, now there's what's the Driftwood auction coming up here at the fairgrounds. Are you familiar with?
I've heard. Yeah, I'm familiar with the bloodline, but
you're.
But I'm not a quarter horse person. They're Ranger breds, so they're, a horse that was brought over to this country in 1878, and so they've got a lot of Middle Eastern barb in them.
You can tell she's into it, can't you?
Yeah, I like. Yeah,
Sally,
I like horse history.
I know you do. So good to see you, and I hope folks will take advantage of locally owned, homegrown shop that they can support and go back to, and not have to worry about getting the wrong size shirt.
Right. Yeah, we do try and make you happy.
Yeah.
And we do appreciate the local support.
And Diane's still with you, right?
Diane is still there. She doesn't come in every day, but yeah, she's still in the background.
Good for her.
Still keeping busy.
Yep, she's a good gal.
She is a good gal.
Any other things that we didn't talk about that you wanted to mention this morning?
Well, I think you've covered it all. I was just curious what happened to the muskrat rage, if you ever completely got over that or not.
Well, there's still a little tickle in the mind about, having some sort of event on Muddy Creek and centered on muskrats. But we kind of lost momentum on that, I'll be honest with you.
We did a little bit, yeah. It was one of those ideas that just began to fall apart. Is that the right way to put it?
Well, it had something to do with some of the looks we got when we would try to explain it here to people.
People just weren't buying into the idea that we could put together promote tourism
for the muskrats.
Yeah, exactly. Through the enjoyment of watching the muskrat.
And the other part of it, as you would relate to, Sally, that some of the ranchers out there told us that they don't particularly love muskrats along their creek.
No, they don't. They're, kind of a pest. Yeah.
But we just kind of lost our mojo on that. Sorry.
Well, okay.
We might be able to bring it back.
Well, or you'll have to go on to the next big thing, which I'm sure will be astounding.
Yeah, it'll be astounding is a good word for it. Sally, it's always good to see you. Thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you for having me
All
this
right.
morning.
You bet. I'm glad you got here safe.
Yeah, thank you.
News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The White House confirms President Trump's chosen Supreme Court nominee will be named this Saturday, and the powerful head of the Senate Judiciary Committee predicts speedy approval.
We got the votes to confirm the justice on the floor of the Senate before the election.
Lindsey Graham on Fox News' Hannity in Wisconsin. The investigation into the police shooting of Jacob Blake last month has entered its final stage. Former Madison Police Chief Noble Ray will assess if charges should be brought.
It is my intent to do a fair and impartial review, but to move with deliberate speed.
Tropical storm Beta's thrown lots of rain at Texas. Here's CBS forecaster David Parkinson.
We've seen 6 to 8 inches of rain so far. We're closing in on 10 inches in some spots. And the models are projecting we could see another half foot of rain, maybe even a little bit more in spots in the Houston metro area.
No serious damage reported so far. CBS News Brief, I'm Vicki Barks.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Deb Carson.
Big news out of racing. Michael Jordan is teaming with driver Denny Hamlin to form a single-car NASCAR Cup Series team for 2021. The team's first driver will be Bubba Wallace, but Jordan becomes the first black majority team owner in NASCAR history. Hamlin says as a driver, he remains focused on winning a championship with Joe Gibbs Racing. NFL Week 2 wrapped up last night in Vegas. Raiders christened their new season by rallying to beat the Saints 34-24. Solid night for Vegas quarterback Derek Carr. He threw for 282 yards and 3 touchdowns. In other NFL news, an MRI confirmed 49ers star pass rusher Nick Bosa has a torn ACL. San Francisco has now agreed to a deal with free agent defensive end Ziggy Ansah. And in hockey news, Stanley Cup Final Game 2, the Lightning held off the Stars 3-2 to even the series at 1 game apiece.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, look for hazy sunshine, working up to a high temperature of 87. Then for tonight, mostly clear, lows in the lower 50s. For Wednesday, sunny to partly cloudy conditions, upper 80s for highs. And for Thursday, that stretch of sunny weather looks to continue, highs around 84. Even into your Friday, sunny and dry weather conditions, with high temperatures in the mid-80s. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Did you know Custer Electric and Irrigation is your pivot place as well as your electrician? Their electrical offerings start with grain bins. They are a Conrad American dealer and can do any and all rewires, augers, and any other bin repairs you may have. Get your bins harvest ready by giving Custer Electric a call. They also do residential electrical, including brand new homes, remodels, troubleshooting, and more. Don't forget commercial electrical. Lance and the crew do all electrical, including repair of motors and generators, wiring of new or remodeled shops, and everything in between. Don't go out of town for your motor or generator repair when Custer Electric can take care of you right here at home. With Somatic by Lindsay on their side, you can trust the work to be done right and at a price that's fair to you. Call Lance at Custer Electric and Irrigation today at 872-7786. Check them out on Facebook or at custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
And a big thank you to Custer Electric and Irrigation for making weather and news available to you on the radio at 9 o'clock this morning. Jeremy just sent word they are getting close to being ready for the first remote from Ansley, and that will be from Sun Valley Landscaping. That will also be Facebook Live, so they're doing a little setup on that. That's going to be coming up here in just a moment or two. In the meantime, here's Brent Apperson.
Hey, we want to let you know what's going on at Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts in Broken Bow. They've kind of been doing some different hours as they work through some things, so we want to make sure that you know when they're open this week. This week they're going to be open today, 9:30 until 2. Also open on Thursday from 9:30 until 2. Open Friday from 8 to 1. And they're going to be open on Saturday as well, but check Facebook. They're very active on Facebook, and they're going to post their hours, I believe, as to when they'll be open on Saturday for you. But as you're out junk jaunting this weekend, keep Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts in mind, especially for a delicious treat as you're out junk jaunting. They'll be open Thursday, 9:30 until 2, Friday, 8 to 1, and then watch Facebook for their Saturday hours coming up this weekend. Also, Inside Dining is open again as well. And as we go through the remainder of September, we want to run down their featured drinks for this month. And right now they're featuring the Cocoa Caramel Mocha, the Touchdown Latte, Cinnamon Mocha Frappe, Berry Mint Cream Soda, and Nuts and Berries Steamer. Those are the featured drinks for the rest of September at Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts in Broken Bow.
We'll take a time out and find out from our friends in Ansley if they're ready to go. Stay tuned.
At Walgreens, we've always been a place that keeps you prepped, stocked, covered, hopeful, ready, and most importantly, safe. Get the health and safety essentials you need like masks, hand sanitizer, and household cleaners with contactless curbside and drive-through pickup. Right now, buy one, get one free. Select vitamins and supplements. Walgreens, everyone's place for healthy and safe. Valid through 10/31. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See walgreens.com for details.
To celebrate State Farm's surprisingly great rates, we gave this song surprisingly great lyrics.
State Farm, prices made just for you. That's what I said now. Prices that surprise you. Just go ahead now, keep that money in your pockets. And have some bread now, save up. Maybe one day buy a rocket. Just get a quote now.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
9:07 is your time, and we are excited to turn things over to Jeremy Shipe and the crew down at Ansley. They are at Sun Valley Landscaping, and we're looking forward to finding out about the mums and more. Let's turn it over to Jeremy. Jeremy?
All right. Thank you very much, Dave. Yes, we are at Sun Valley Landscaping in Ansley, and I'm going to immediately hand things off to Emily, and she's going to talk to Chaz about everything she has for the fall.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. And yes, we're at Sun Valley Landscaping in Ansley. I'm here with Chaz Berkey. How are you doing this morning? Good. Good. Are you a little nervous? Yes. No, you're going to do great. And we're so excited to be here. It feels like fall this morning. It's beautiful out. And you've got a greenhouse full, and all the tables out front are full of beautiful fall plants. So, Chaz, I'm going to kind of let you give us a little tour of what you've got available. But first, how long have you been in business? It's been a couple years here.
This is my third season.
Third season, and when you're not here at the greenhouse, you are out landscaping.
Right.
Yeah. So what kind of projects are you working on right now?
I'm working at the bank in Callaway right now.
Oh.
Finish that up.
Well, I bet it's going to look beautiful.
I hope so.
I know, like I said, it feels like fall this morning, and some of those mums, if you've got planted, are just starting to bloom, but it's not too late if you don't have them yet, because Chaz has an amazing selection of different sizes and different colors of mums. So do you want to just start there and tell us about the mums you have available?
Sure. We have, everything's
We'll go on a little tour here.
Yeah, we're going outside. Keep up.
Follow us.
Sure. So I guess I got 1 gallon, 2 gallons. I don't know where I'm supposed to look. 1 gallon, 2 gallons, and 3 gallons. And the red is starting to bloom. The white is getting ready to bloom. We have an orange that's getting ready to bloom. We have a really popular, it's called Flamingo Neon Pink, and that one has been selling just like crazy. Everybody's been picking that one up. So we're about out of that color, but we have yellows, 2 different color yellows, purples, oranges, bronzes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you can really kind of customize your garden, your flower bed with whatever colors you want, because there are so many choices.
Yep. They're supposed to be hardy garden mums, but the way our winters have been, I think that anything that you buy has been kind of struggling the the last couple years. So they're supposed to come back.
Because mums are perennials then.
Yep, they are.
But like you said, if depending on the winter,
yep,
they may or may not make it. But you've also got different sizes available. I understand. Like these over there are really big, beautiful front pieces for your yard, maybe.
Right. Those are those are 3 gallon size. Like I would say they're probably 2 feet across there. And then even like these 1 gallons that are right here, like. That's at least a foot and a half,
that's
I would
big,
say.
Yeah.
And that's in a 1 gallon container. So that's already a pretty big plant. I mean,
and if you're going to plant maybe a bunch of them, if you've got a nice flower bed that you want, how far should you be spacing your mums?
I'd say that if you just space them like within 2 feet of each other, I mean, over time they spread out and fill in anyway.
Okay. And once they bloom, all those colors, you want them to be able to show off. And
a lot of people's have already bloomed in their gardens because we've had such cold weather early on. Cool nights is what causes them to bloom.
The cool nights. Okay. But like you said, some of them are getting started. These red ones are beautiful. You can really see how that fall color is gonna just pop.
Yep, that's a really pretty red. Yep, and the yellow ones over there are really starting to take off too. They're getting really close. They'll be ready for junk john, I suppose.
Well, and speaking of junk john, I understand you. You're open right now. You have certain hours during the week, and then you'll be open this weekend. Can you kind of outline your hours for the next couple weeks?
Well, I don't have a booklet with me, but I know that we'll be at Junk John, but we'll be on Highway 2. We won't be at the greenhouse on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will be open over on Highway 2 over by R&R Welds.
Okay, by R&R Works.
Metalworks or whatever they're calling it. Yeah.
Okay, so right off the highway, so easy access.
Yep.
So there's
a whole bunch of other people there, so I figured it'd be easier to draw attention versus trying to get people to stop just in for one vendor here.
Okay, so you're going to bring your mums out there with you.
Yep.
Out on Highway 2.
Yep, have truck will travel.
Okay. Well, good. And this week, if anyone is wanting to maybe kind of beat the junk crowd, are you open this week?
Yep, we're open from 4:30 to 6:30, and then usually on the weekends we're 10 to noon on the mornings, but 4:30 to 6:30 for the week.
4:30 to 6:30 in the evening. So after work, head on over, get your mums.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Sun Valley Landscaping is located just east of Ansley, right next to the fire station.
Yep.
And we've been talking a lot about mums this morning, but obviously there's so many other choices that you've got. I see beautiful sunflowers that are still blooming and pansies.
Tons of pansies.
What else do you have over here?
We have peacock kale in white and purple, and then we have flowering kale in white, pink, and purple, and we have ornamental peppers, and we have containers ready to go, already made. We have hanging baskets. We have this really cool hook deal that you can hang your basket from. People seem to like that.
Oh, that's great. And baskets and the ornamental arrangements, those make such nice gifts.
Yeah.
You know, or unfortunately, if there's maybe like a funeral and that you'd like to honor someone with gifting them a plant, that is just such a beautiful thought, you know, and something that's going to keep blooming for a while and really special. And so we were talking about the kale earlier. How you said you can eat it, but it's also decorative and ornamental.
It's ornamental
so
kale,
pretty.
but it is edible, yeah.
It's so pretty, and then mixed with the sunflowers and the mums, that's
just
a lot
of
such
color
a nice
right there.
Arrangement.
As soon as the mum starts blooming, you know, then that'll really have a lot of color, and that's an early blooming one. So.
You got some decorative grasses, I see.
Yep, we went with fall colors. We did some heuchera or coral bells that we thought would be good fall colors that you can stick in your pots. And then, you know, we just kind of mix everything a little bit. Whatever fall colors kind of blends.
Absolutely. And it's getting to be that time, and throw in some pumpkins, and you've got a nice little display for your front porch.
Yep, exactly. There's just missing the pumpkins.
When the sunflowers, those are my personal favorite. I love those. Where is that something someone should plant soon when they buy it?
They're decorative. They're not a perennial at all. They just are for the fall season, and I guess I would say that they're more for containers like this.
Okay.
You can probably put them in the ground, but they're not going to get any taller than that. So they're more for containers.
Nice decorative. Put it in a pot with some other things.
They're a little different than the seeded ones that you plant yourself.
Okay. More decorative. And then I just love the pansies. You can see the bright yellows Purples,
oranges, yeah.
Oranges.
We even have a couple pink ones in there, which is really an odd color to see.
Kind of for the fall, but I like it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, hello. And there's a puppy joining us. And the pansies, do you have any recommendations for those? Are those better in the ground or pots? Because
you can plant them in the ground.
Okay.
They do really well actually in the ground. I've planted, like last year I planted them in the Nebraska State Bank drive-through area, and they actually come back, and everybody's like, why do you have them here for the fall? I said, because when you plant them, they get snow on them, they survive the winter, and they come back in the springtime. It's the summertime that they can't handle.
They don't like the heat.
They don't like the heat. They're definitely, so they like the cool weather, and so they come back.
So pansies are perennials. Or ish. I don't think they came back.
Yeah, they do kind of. I mean, just in the cool weather.
Okay.
I mean, as soon as summer gets here and we get the heat, they die.
They don't like the heat. I've tried that on the south side of my house. I needed your help years ago, Chaz. I should have called you. But yeah, pansies definitely like the cooler weather, so this is a perfect time, I would think, to plant them.
Yep, absolutely.
So
we'll be planting some here shortly for some people.
What would you recommend someone do with some of this kale? It looks so unique. It adds a lot of character. I would think.
we just put it in pots and stuff, and mostly in containers because you can bury it pretty deep in there. So even though it's pretty tall, it just stretches. It hates warm weather, so it starts stretching and growing really fast. So we have to try and keep it lower, but it definitely gets pretty big.
Wow. Well, they're so unique looking. It's really cool.
The ones down at the other end have the centers are all starting to change in their colors, and the cooler the nights are, the quicker that they change.
Okay.
Sure.
And we can get another shot of maybe some of these pansies as we're walking over to see some different kale.
Sure.
But Chaz, I also saw some succulents. You had just a couple of those.
Oh yeah, we kind of just transplanted some. So.
Okay, and those are good maybe indoor houseplants?
Yeah, they're indoor houseplants. At least with winter coming, yeah.
And they don't need a lot of water.
Nope. You
Okay.
don't hardly water them at all.
So if you are not maybe someone who has a green thumb, maybe a succulent would be a good option. If you forget to water it, it's okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Some
of this kale, and like you said, the one over
centers
there,
are starting to change.
The purple and the white is looking really pretty. Station. Oh,
in the center.
The more. I had no idea. Kale could be so pretty. Or you can eat it if you want to, right? But
Grocery Cart. Visit them and shop every day, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Certified Angus beef rump roast, just $3.68 a pound right now. Cube steak, $4.98 a pound. Hormel bone-in Boston butt pork roast is $1.48 a pound. Pick up a 2.5-pound bag of boneless, skinless chicken tenderloins for only $4.98. 5-pound bags of Best Choice russet potatoes are 2 for $4, and sleeves of Dole celery are 98 cents. Grocery Cart, East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
What kind of trees do you maybe recommend at this time of year, or what kind do you offer if people are wanting to do some?
Usually I just come in and have them consult with me, and then we figure out what looks good for their yard.
Okay, maybe like it's something decorative or something.
Yeah, depends on what their goal is.
What they're looking for. Okay. Do dogwoods do good around here?
They do.
They do?
Not the dogwood trees. There are dogwood trees as well, but no, the dogwood shrub does.
The shrub, okay. Well, everything is just gorgeous around here.
Thanks.
Are those also sunflowers over there?
Yep, they're just a further planting, I guess. So a little later planting, so that way we had different times.
Yeah.
Depends on. Everybody's talking how we're going to have a long fall, so.
I hope so.
Me too.
As long as we don't get any snow anytime soon. I hope I didn't just jinx it. Sorry, everybody. But we're going to take another look at the pansies. Do you have any like gift cards available or anything like that? Or
yep, we sure do.
Do you want to talk about some more of your services that maybe you offer for people who are looking to really do a facelift to their yard?
It's really full right now.
Yeah. You got a full schedule, huh?
Yeah.
That's good though. And you said you were working in Callaway right now. So it's great just to have someone local who knows what you're doing and can
Sure.
really turn a space into a beautiful garden oasis, I would think.
Yes.
Was there anything else outside that we haven't covered yet?
I don't think so. Everything that we got that's fresh is out there.
Okay.
I mean, we've covered.
Well, good.
And the naked baby goes by.
And there goes the dog with the baby toy.
Yeah.
Just a toy. Well, Chaz, can you give us your phone number or the best way to contact you? Are you online, that type of thing?
Yeah, we have a website. We have sunvalleynursery.org, and you can look at all the colors that we have available. Everything is listed there. And our phone numbers are all listed on there, too. You can call. Most of the time, there's nobody at this phone, but 325-7070. I do answer that one.
Great. sunvalleynursery.org.
Yep.
Okay, so definitely check out the website, or better yet, head on down Highway 2 east of Ansley near the fire station. Just checked back here just a little bit, but as soon as you pull in, you will see just tables and tables of beautiful mums, mostly green right now, but that color is starting to pop
Yep.
each
They've all
day.
got heads on them. Yeah, they're all getting their little flower heads.
Beautiful. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add? No.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chaz Berkey here at Sun Valley Landscaping in Ansley. It's been a pleasure. I'm definitely wanting to get my gardening gloves on, get my hands on some of these mums. They're just gorgeous, and we hope you have a good, busy fall.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll send it back to the guys at the station.
Thank you, Emily. The excitement in your voice is evident, and I'm sure those mums are beautiful. The other plants are such a quality place. They raise things from scratch, and Chaz does a great job at Sun Valley Landscaping. Stop in soon. Sounds like they're also up for Junk John at a separate location. So that's that in Ansley for right now, but we're not done. We're going to be talking with the folks, or will not talk to them, but Emily's going to talk with Livia's Boutique this morning on Main Street of Ansley, and that will come up in just a little bit.
Think farm safety. Tractors are professional machines designed for a specific purpose. They are not passenger vehicles. Only one person at a time should ever be on a tractor, and that is the driver. The No Riders rule saves lives.
This week and every week in 2020, think and practice safety first.
This farm safety tip was brought to you by Brad White Equipment. See the selection available at bradwhiteequipment.com.
It's time to think farm safety.
One of the most valuable pieces of safety equipment on the farm is a good respirator. Along with an eye mask and gloves, the respirator should always be worn whenever applying hazardous chemicals, fertilizers, and pesticides.
This week and every week in 2020, think and practice safety first.
This farm safety tip was brought to you by Bow Family Furniture and Flooring, with 2 locations in Broken Bow.
K-Todd, Rock Rewind.
Hi, I'm Todd Chambliss, a fan of rock and roll from the 60s through the 90s, and your host for K-Todd Rock Rewind. It's my classic rock radio show that plays the best rock from the past 40 years. We'll have lots of rock and roll memories from TV and the movies, and your requests at 315-665-1970. Stay tuned for the next rock and roll ride on K-Todd Rock Rewind.
K-Todd Rock Rewind, 1 p.m. Wednesday and Thursday afternoons on the Thunderbird 95.3 FM or at kbbn.com.
9:23, as we mentioned just a moment ago, the guys are heading to Livia's Boutique on Main Street, and you can bet your autumn colors that they're ready to go for the season, so we'll find out more about that in a moment. Real quick here, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Tumbleweed Cafe, and then Brent has some more things for you. The Tumbleweed is really rolling. They have the drive-through going on now, and they've kept that. They, of course, created that during the early portions of the pandemic, and it looks like it's here to stay. Changed the door up so you can walk in on the north side, right into the Tumbleweed, sit down and have yourself a meal, a home-cooked style meal, comfort food, if you will. And they have daily specials at noon in the evenings. You can get breakfast anytime, and they're ready to go for you. And they open up early and stay open till about 10 p.m., 7 days a week. You'll find them open. And then their Sunday buffet is very, very popular. You want to get in there and get yourself set down and go fill up that plate and enjoy the good food at the Tumbleweed. Don't forget also about their breakfast burritos that you can call in or even just drive up through the drive-thru and pick them up in the morning if you're on the go in the morning. And also their wonderful meeting room is available for you for receptions, business meetings, birthday parties. Just talk to Carmen or the staff members there at the Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow, Nebraska. And they're a very, very important part of our community and do a lot of wonderful things for you. So pay them back by going in and having yourself a delicious meal at the Tumbleweed.
All right. Hey, I want to remind you about our good friends at what was formerly known as Dynamic Insurance, but now known as Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, that located in Callaway, Nebraska. And they remind you that we are getting close to open enrollment for Medicare. The window is October 15th through November 7th. And also for private health insurance, the window there November 1st through December 15th. Now, the insurance agency has a new name, but no other changes for you, the clients. They are now under the name of Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, but you're still going to get the great quality service that you have come to depend on in what was formerly known as Dynamic Insurance. That's with our friends Liana, Chip, and Katie. They are ready to take care of your insurance needs, and as we get close to those enrollment windows for insurance, whether it be Medicaid, Medicare, or private health insurance, Liana is on top of all of that because, as we know, that's an ever-changing situation sometimes. So call her today and call Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency about all of your insurance needs.
Well, we're just talking with Sally at Awards and More, and we also are going to be hearing a little bit about Livia's Boutique here in a moment. In fact, we're going to hear a lot about it. And they sell garments, and you know what? They sell garments also at Circle V Stitch and Post, but Velma doesn't have a problem if you have a favorite garment that's of quality that you purchase somewhere else, that you bring it in and personalize it with embroidery. And you ladies out there listening, and guys too, because Livia's, for instance, has some men's clothes as well. So if you want to personalize something or promote your business, Circle V Stitch and Post will sell you the garments, or if they're of quality that she can work with, she'll personalize them for you.
Yeah, and she has some new items in, too, new apparel styles in stock, such as still some summer polos. Or if you can't find what you want in stock, she carries catalogs to look through so you can order just what you want and need. And as we start to go into the change of the season now, maybe a jacket or something like that you're interested in, maybe put your business logo on it and promote it as you're out and about during the fall and winter seasons coming up. Velma can take care of all of that right there at Circle V Stitch and Post. Also, if you're looking for just a special, unique, personalized gift, whether it be for a wedding that you're invited to or maybe a baby shower, Velma can help you find the best personalized gifts available. She can do things like afghans, blankets, towel sets, and more. So get your creation started today by calling 872-6173. That's 872-6173. Circle V Stitch and Post, located just north of Broken Bow, out on Paulson Road.
All right, and before we go to Ansley, we want to talk about having a cup of coffee with good friends.
Absolutely, and you can do that at the City Cafe, courtesy of Off-Broadway Assisted Living. They're doing something really neat on Wednesday mornings from 7:30 until 9:30, courtesy of Off-Broadway Assisted and Independent Living. They're inviting you to come on down to the City Cafe, and Off-Broadway will pay for your cup of coffee. So just come on in, sit down, and visit with friends, and enjoy a cup of coffee thanks to Off-Broadway Assisted and Independent Living. That is happening on Wednesday mornings from 7:30 until 9:30 at the City Cafe in Broken Bow. Also, if you're interested in Off-Broadway, give them a call at 872-2522. They can show you what they have available. And right now, if you're looking at maybe moving into Off-Broadway, you can save $1,000 with their fall move-in special. So to find out more, give Off-Broadway Assisted and Independent Living a call at 872-2522.
9:29, we're going to take a timeout, and then we're going to see if the guys are ready to talk in Ansley.
It's time to think farm safety.
Handling grain is dangerous work. Grain dust is combustible, and one tiny spark can set off a grain explosion or a flash fire. Be attentive to the risk factors in any work situation and be prepared to react quickly. Today and every day in 2020, think and practice safety first.
This farm safety tip was brought to you by Bruning Bank, proud to work with the area's farmers and ranchers.
Customize your kitchen collection with KitchenAid brand appliances now and celebrate the opportunity to receive up to $1,700 back on your dream kitchen with KitchenAid brand appliances at Lines Appliance today. Celebrate the spirit of making by creating something special with KitchenAid brand. Stop into Lines Appliance in Broken Bow today. Offer valid July 12th through December 31st, 2020. See store for full details and qualified models.
It's time to think farm safety.
Any system can fail under the right conditions. That includes hydraulic systems that you rely on out in the field. Make it a habit to keep yourself and others completely out of harm's way. The issue isn't so much equipment failure as it is accident prevention. Today and every day in 2020, think and practice safety first.
This farm safety tip was brought to you by the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow. Visit the deli and get something for the crew during harvest.
9:30, still not hooked up yet, but we will be shortly in Ansley for the second half of our remote on the Ansley feature this morning, so stay tuned for that. While we have a moment, we want to talk a little bit about sports. I understand just a moment ago from Brent that they're dusting off the coach. They're bringing the coach back.
Yeah, we're excited. First off, we'll remind you quickly that we'll have volleyball tonight on KBBN 95.3 FM. Gavin and I will be in Elm Creek, where South Loop and Anselmo Myrna will be joining Elm Creek for a triangular tonight. We'll have all three matches, and that'll begin at around 5 o'clock tonight on KBBN. And then on Friday, a big day for us. South Loop is hosting Sandhills Thetford in the afternoon at 3 o'clock in Arnold, and we know that it can be tough sometimes for folks to get to an afternoon game, so we're going to go over and broadcast it for you. And it is the veterans, I think you can call these guys. They have been doing it for a long time. They've worked together several times, and we're going to put them together again for you. Larry Cotner and our good friend Daryl Seibert are going to go over to Arnold and call the Sandhills Thetford South Loop game for you, and that'll be on KBBN FM Friday afternoon. And then later in the evening on KBBN, Gavin and Jeremy will be calling Ansley Litchfield against Twin Loop. So those games will be on KBBN. And then, as you probably know, we do all of the Broken Bow football games home and away on KCNI 1280 AM and 96.3 FM. And Kurt Crawley and I will be with the team at home this week. Broken Bow will host O'Neill, and that game will be at Mark Russell Field. Kickoff at 7 o'clock, and that'll be on KCNI Radio for you on Friday.
More after these words.
What's the next big thing from the Roundup Ready Xtend crop system? A soybean built on Roundup Ready to Extend technology, or one with glufosinate tolerance? Great news, it's both. Expected soon. Xtend Flex soybeans. Always read and follow IRM where applicable. Grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide labeled directions. Commercial availability in 2021 is dependent on regulatory approval. No dicamba may be used in crop with Xtend Flex soybeans unless and until approved, and no dicamba formulations are currently registered for such use in the 2021 season. Learn more at extendflexsoy.com.
You need harvest results, not another radio ad. So let's get to the point. Channel Seedsmen place products to perform in your fields, and the results can speak for themselves. Get yield results from your area and less yapping at channel.com/yield. Huh. I guess less talking means more time for music. Classic rock, anyone? That's channel.com/yield for local harvest results. Always read and follow grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions. The only innovation that matters is the one I need.
With NK Seeds, their R&D program actually listens to farmers like me, so I get solutions that solve my challenges.
With the support to make them count. Because progress means pushing my potential, and success matters.
Push your potential at nkseeds.com.
Day or night, Nebraska Public Power District and your local public power utility are up when you are. From every morning cup of coffee to every family dinner, we're there, keeping the lights on. NPPD, powering your everyday, every day.
A powerful threat calls for a greater response.
Some battles must be faced together, and you can be part of this battle too.
Visit standuptocancer.org to learn more.
Together, we can save lives.
9:34 is your time, and we are excited to bring you the second half of our Ansley Remote this morning, Livia's Boutique. Now, I heard a conversation yesterday about the correct pronunciation. I know you say boutique.
I do.
A lot of us Nebraskans say boutique, but Christy claims it's boutique. We'll find out this morning.
Okay.
Let's ask. Let's have Jeremy ask or Emily ask, is it boutique or boutique?
We'll find out.
Most importantly, it's a whole lot of fun shopping in Ansley. Let's turn it over to Jeremy and Emily.
All right. Thank you very much, Dave. Yes, we are at Livia's Boutique. Boutique is how I choose to say it. We'll find out more on that throughout our broadcast here this morning. But here's Emily.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for listening. We are still in Ansley today, having a great morning. It's beautiful outside, and I'm here with Lori Rosicky. Rosicky. Lori, where are we? How do you say it?
The boutique.
Boutique?
Yes.
Are we at Livia's Boutique?
We're at Livia's Boutique.
Livia's Boutique in downtown Ansley off of Main Street. It's a beautiful store. You've been open for
almost a year.
Almost a full year?
Well, brick and mortar, almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And like you said, just brick and mortar. Before that, you were open online for how long?
In March, it will be 3 years. So what, 2.5 years?
Wow. So you've definitely gotten your name out there, and a beautiful selection of boutique items, clothing, but so much more as well.
Yes. And we're adding more. We're adding more gifts. Actually, my back seat of my pickup is full of gift cards. So today we will be unloading gift cards and getting them set up in the store also.
So that would be a perfect gift for someone. You don't know what to pick out, but here, honey, here's a gift card. Go shopping.
Well, you can't get, well, no, you can't. These are like cards, like greeting cards. I'm sorry,
Oh,
I
like
might have said that
greeting
wrong. Probably my fault that I said that wrong. Greeting cards. We are going to have greeting cards. I don't know that there's a place too close to us in this area to get a greeting card. So we're bringing greeting cards in.
That's such a great idea. I think you can say a lot in a card that a text message just doesn't have the same effect, you know?
Exactly.
Well, and good. So greeting cards along with some other gifty items.
We will be bringing in a lot of great Christmas ideas for kids and adults both. We have brought in this cool line of mixology that's over here that is a new line of perfume that you can mix and match. So you can make your own scent. It's really kind of cool. And I absolutely love that. My girls that work down here, Kai loves it. Melissa loves it. We also are bringing in a men's of that too, but we also have men's and women's colognes.
Oh, that's nice. Again, because sometimes that stuff is hard to come by without going someplace very specific, but you can come right down here in Ansley and pick up your perfume or cologne. That's
right.
awesome.
And I know a lot of people right now are thinking Christmas gifts. So we are bringing in Christmas gift ideas now.
I think this is the year I'm going to try to have all my Christmas shopping done by like early December. I think I can do it, especially with places right here in our area. It makes it easier.
Yes, and I say that too. It's just,
2020. This is the year, Lori.
Right,
we can do it. Well, you mentioned having some cologne for men, and men also have some options when it comes to pants right here at Livia's Cinch Jeans, and you had some exciting news also.
Yes, Wrangler will be here at our store next week, and we will start getting those in. We will place our order with Wrangler on Wednesday, and it doesn't take but a week or two to get them in, so I'm super excited about that. We've got great dress shirts. I know that unfortunately we've had some tragedies in the area and men are looking for dress shirts to wear. We have dress shirts down here and jeans, and we also have, the weather is changing. It's beautiful out this morning, but we also have cinch jackets, and they do have the concealed carry for both men and women. We also have men's vests. We do carry crewel for women also. We have gotten, we've had a lot of requests for bootcut jeans, and we do have bootcut jeans in Judy Blues. We also have the crewel and I can't remember if I have, I think I do have cans in them too.
Okay, so a nice variety of brands for both men and women. And like you said, when you need a special outfit or a nice outfit for maybe a last minute occasion, you don't have to travel out of town. You can stop right here and have some great name brand variety of nice outfits to choose from. And I feel like sometimes men are so hard to shop for. So if they can come pick out what they're looking for, it's even better.
Exactly. Or bring it, the wife usually knows what size. They can come down and get it for them. The other thing we have going on down here is when we transitioned from online to in-store, we kind of closed down for about, I don't know what it was, maybe 9 months. And so I did not realize how much inventory we had in our trailer. So we are doing 70% off all week. We're doing extended hours for Junk Jaunt. Of the stuff that we have in our trailer, we will also have some 50% off racks and some 30% off of shoes. We have some cool metal art. If anybody's seen our Facebook, coming in, we got these awesome dancing cactuses that are like a rainbow. I don't know how would you
really
explain
pretty,
that?
and they're metal, right?
Yes, they're metal. My husband does metal signs. He'll be out there with Chaz. I think it was talked about earlier with R&R Metalworks, and he does a lot of this stuff. But we are bringing in some of this style.
That's a great idea. And those are cute. That may be for your front garden area or something. Just a little decorative piece.
Yes.
I like that.
And we have some that are these tall, straight ones that are back here. We've also got white ones and some other colors in that. We have some other metal things like Big Suns and this and that will be out for Junk Jaunt. And so we've extended our hours. Today we're here till 4 today's Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday we're here from 11 to 6.
Okay.
Friday and Saturday we're here from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And Sunday we will be open from 7 a.m. to 1.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
that's a lot of, yeah.
That's good.
Check out our Facebook. It'll give you the hours.
Okay. Facebook is the best way to check that out. And again, Livia's Boutique right here in downtown Ansley off of Main Street. Really pretty building on the outside. All that you've done to transform this building.
And we can thank that to our neighbors over here at Ansley Lumber.
It looks beautiful. So again, they're open for Junk Jaunt this week. Some great deals, like you said, with that 70% off of certain items from the trailer. And then just looking around here, like you said, you've got metal signs and gifts, and then obviously a great variety of fall clothing items. The shirt you're wearing, you said you took right out of the box.
I did.
To model it today, and it looks perfect for fall.
I did. I love this shirt. I'm like, wow, I got to have that.
I told her I'm jealous. I wish this was my closet.
It's like Christmas every day here for us.
Unboxing, all that. And I also see a nice selection of leggings, which are obviously huge for women who maybe don't want to wear jeans or they're just so comfortable too.
And these are fleece. These are fleece lined.
So
and then we
set for winter.
Yes. Then we have some other ones that I absolutely love because they look dressy, but yet they suck y'all in. At my age, I've got places that need sucked in. So we have some awesome leggings.
That's good. Yeah, nice selection, different colors. Like you said, some that are they look nice, like fancier. They're not just casual leggings. You've got a little bit of everything here. And then, what do you call those? Are those like bralettes?
Those are bralettes, and we have a whole wall of them there now. That oh my goodness, they're so comfortable.
They're great for layering and adding different colors to your outfits. So those are kind of a newer thing I've seen over the last couple years.
Yes, and like those crochet ones that are higher topped. When you've got a V-neck that you really love the top, but you feel like you've got too much neck hanging out, those are great to go underneath that. I have different ages of ladies that absolutely love those.
Right.
I mean, they are the bomb. We've also got some dressier business clothes that we've brought in. We actually are getting in, and they're starting to come, a new line of curvy sizes, plus sizes that we are getting in. And I'm super excited about that because this is going to bring us clothes from small to 3X, like in a certain shirt. And I'm super excited about that. We're working actually with a brand new company with this.
So good sizes, small to 3X.
Yes.
Are coming. And one thing, just looking around here, what I like is that there's really no like age restrictions, you know, so maybe like a middle or high school girl all the way on up. You've got something for everybody, a nice variety.
Yes, and that's what we came here to do and to bring to this area.
Well, good. And we're standing here at the back of the store, but I know in the front you've got a nice selection of some jewelry, earrings, as well as shoes. Can you talk about some of those accessories?
Oh gosh, yes. Our shoes are. I'm having a hard time. My husband's like, really.
You can't take them all home.
You can't. Your closet, I've seen it. You got to leave that stuff at the store. We have very G and Corky shoes that we are carrying right now, and they are awesome. I cannot believe how comfortable they are. They just have a great soles in them that are just soft and squishy, not the hard stuff. So I love that.
Oh, good. And some boots.
Yes, we've got some booties for fall. I love the ones that are out there that are like a camo, and they've got a little fur around the edge, and then we've got those in gray too. I'm trying to remember without looking, because I can't see what's out there right now.
Too many choices to remember them all.
Yes, and we've also brought in some new jewelry and things for people to check out too.
Good. And you've already, before we started our interview, there were already people here shopping this morning. So it's going to be a busy place this week, I think. Can you run through those hours one more time for us the next few days?
Yep, today we are here from 11 to 4. Tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, 11 to 6. Friday and Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And Sunday from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Great. So you've got lots of options to get out here and go shopping. Check out Livia's Boutique on Facebook.
Yes.
To maybe see some pictures or online.
We do have www.liviasboutique.com.
Great. And if someone needs to call the store, ask you a specific question, what's the best way to reach you that way?
We do have a store phone number, 935-1222.
Okay. Wonderful. Lori, is there anything else that we have not covered? There's a lot of topics here. What are these?
These are car freshies, and we have a super high demand. We have got a group of guys from this area that absolutely love these car freshies. I mean, it's unbelievable. They just absolutely love these. So we've got a bunch of car freshies, and they smell so good.
I love that. Well, especially when it's your work truck, you need it to give it a little something
they do.
extra.
They throw it in their work trucks.
Oh, that's so fun. Or that could be even, again, thinking ahead, a stocking stuffer.
Exactly.
You know, we're going to do this.
That, and then we also have like those speakers up there. I actually brought one home to check it out before I advertise, because I like to check things out first. But that speaker there you can put in your shower.
Oh.
And it actually will suck to your
the tile. Or...
it's not real great on tile. I set mine in there, but it will do to, like your shower door and stuff. But you can listen to anything. You can also answer your phone phone with them, and the price on them is reasonable. And without me walking over there. Can't remember what they are right now.
Oh, sure. Jeremy's going to check that out for us.
$19.99. So great stocking stuffer. We are going to have we'll have to do another show, a lot of awesome, cool stocking stuffers that will be coming when that we ordered when we went to market. And my daughter, Whitney, has opened a second store. Yes.
What is Whitney up to?
She opened a second store up in Gregory, South Dakota.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And it's still Livia's?
It's going to be Livia's Boutique and Gifts up there.
How cute. That's amazing. You all have done so much work over the last couple years, expanding your selection online and then brick and mortar. That's incredible. We're so excited for you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're also excited to expand our men's section. I know the men around here I've had lots and lots of requests for men, so we are definitely expanding the men's section. We're still waiting. We're in conversation with Ariat right now also, so we're hoping to bring them in too.
Ariat, Wrangler,
Cinch and Wrangler for sure, and Ariat we are still working with.
Well, how exciting. And again, those dress shirts for men you have available here in Ansley at Livia's Boutique. Well, thank you so much, Lori. We really appreciate you letting us come do some shopping. I think Christy's going to have some things to take home. But we really enjoyed visiting with you. Best of luck this week. Livia's Boutique in downtown Ansley on Main Street, open for junk jaunt, and some really good discounts going on and some great deals. So come check out Livia's. Thanks,
Yes,
Lori.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Great remote, great store. Lori, good to hear your voice. And it sounds like they got a lot of things going on. And, you know, when you think about men's clothing, it's hard to find in this part of the woods. So there you go. There's a shopping spot for you guys out there that we need to remind people more often that it is there because, that's great. So that concludes our show for today.
What a great show.
Yeah,
Great guests. And in case you missed it earlier, folks, Christy Wells paid a compliment to Dave and Brent. Write
it down, document it,
what
put
a
it in
show.
your computer, put it somewhere because it doesn't happen very often. Yeah, good show. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.